So, you think you want to be a freelancer? Hello and welcome to my channel. Please subscribe so I can continue to bring you awesome content. Let us guess, you want freedom, flexibility and to be in control of your life. There is no denying that starting a freelance business will change your life, but it will also change your relationship with, and your perception of, work. Being a freelancer is one of the most liberating career paths. It is also one of the toughest. Starting a freelance business is not just as simple as waking up in the morning, rolling out of bed, and opening your laptop. Freelancing is not just an easy way to monetize your hobbies, and nor is it easier than a proper job. Nevertheless, freelance work is some of the most rewarding work you will ever do. One of the most significant things to remember when becoming a freelancer is that the worst thing someone can say to you is no. You need to put yourself out there. There is no shame in being rejected, but there is some shame in not trying in the first place. You may have to reach out to people, things do not always come to you, you will have to seek them out. Freelance can be done part-time, on the side, or, eventually, it may turn into a full-time job. What are the basics to being a freelancer? As a freelancer, you are also a business owner. You will be responsible for all elements of your business, which is why you need to have a solid understanding of what it means to be a freelancer. Is a freelance career right for you? Chances are, if you are looking at this video, it is. Starting a freelance business requires courage and investment, two things you already have by choosing to listen to this content. Let's go over the most important things that you need to think about before starting your new business. What skills do you have? First of all, you need to start by thinking about what skills you have. These skills are likely things you have gained throughout your life and your career. Your freelance business will be most successful if you play to your strengths and your skills. It can include, of course, any education and training you have received, as well as things that you excel in. What interests you? As well as your skills, you need to recognize what interests you. What are your passions and your interests? What kind of work do you enjoy? Let's go over some freelance work ideas. There are a plethora of freelance business ideas that can be tailored to your skills and interests. Chances are you already have an idea of what you would like to do. However, let's discuss, in no particular order, is a list of potential freelance business ideas. If you are good at writing, you can look into copywriting, editing, proofreading, blogs, journalism, ghostwriting, or content writing. If you are good at web development and web design, you can look into website creation, software programming, graphic design, photography, transcribing, translating, teaching. Do you like to teach others? If so, you can look into online English teaching, tutoring, social media marketing or content creation. Do you know about brand management? A hot idea is to do search engine optimization, data entry, admin, bookkeeping, virtual assistant or marketing. Once you have an overall idea of what you would like to do, you can narrow it down to a specific niche. Who are your clients? Once you know what your business will be, you will need to consider who your target market will be. You should be considering who your target audience will be as you plan your business. What are your hidden costs? There may be hidden upfront business costs that you will need to invest in. Obviously, this is dependent on your industry and the things that you already own, but nevertheless, there are things that you need to consider. Will you need new software or technology? How about office equipment? Can you work from home or do you need to rent somewhere? If you are thinking about using a coffee shop as an office, remember to budget in the coffees and snacks. You have to create a business plan and choose your goals. A business plan is essential for any business, freelance ventures included. You do not have to have a complex 50-page document, full of tables, charts, and calculations, unless you want one and will find that helpful for yourself. Instead, you can come up with a short collection of goals that you can refer back to. There are things to consider before starting your plan. Before creating a business plan, you need to think about what your goals are for your business. Take the time to be introspective and really consider why you want to start a freelance business. Doing so will help you maximize your abilities and prospects. Consider your cost of living. First, you need to figure out how much money you will need to make to survive. This is, naturally, often based on your income from any other work you have done. Ask yourself where to find clients. You need to learn about and understand your target market. Once you have determined what you want your business to be, you need to determine whether there are enough clients out there to sustain it. While there usually is a market for pretty much everything, it is still a good idea to make sure that there are enough clients who will be interested in your services. consider and research about the legal stuff, taxes, ethics, and contracts. The legal stuff is boring. There, we said it, so you do not have to. It can be confusing and tedious and, truthfully, reading legal advice can be a great precursor to a nap. Nevertheless, it is so incredibly important to make sure that your business is acting legally. While understanding the legal elements of freelance work can be a headache now, it is nothing compared to how you would be feeling if you found yourself in trouble. Business ethics is a must. There is, of course, a difference between things that are legal and things that are ethical. Just because something may be legally permissible, it does not mean that it is ethical or morally acceptable. While it may seem tempting to cut corners or ignore certain things, when you are the owner of a freelance business, it all will come down on you. How to start working with little experience. One of the biggest challenges that some freelancers face is finding work. It can seem daunting to transition into a form of work that is uneven and, sometimes, inconsistent. You probably have existing skills from your work that can be applied to your new freelance venture, but you may not have much experience. Gain experience first. Many freelancers would not recommend shifting from full-time, regular work to becoming a full-time freelancer. Ideally, you should not quit your job for freelance straight away. Don't be afraid of working for free. It can seem very untempting to work for free to build experience. It can be an incredibly beneficial way to gain experience to fill your portfolio, and maybe it is something that will work for you, but it is not an effective method for everyone. What is the best places to find freelance work? There are many places where freelancers can find work. There are many websites dedicated to this very action. There are some that cater to freelance work as a whole, and there are other, more niche websites that are specific to different industries. Do some research and determine what kind of platform will best for your service, but is also somewhere where you will be able to find clients. A good rule of thumb can be to find work in the places where your target clientele hangs out. You can try places like Upwork. On the platform Upwork, clients post job listings, which usually includes the details of the project and often what they would like their freelancer to be like. Freelancers then bid and submit proposals, detailing why they would be the best person for the job. The client then chooses the best freelancer for the job. Also Fiverr. Fiverr is another option for freelance platforms. It is, however, sometimes geared towards smaller jobs. But it has a different job posting method. As well as the traditional method of clients posting jobs for freelancers to submit proposals, the reverse also happens. I will place a link in the description. Don't forget about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional networking website that people mostly only update when they get a new job. However, LinkedIn is full of opportunities. Some recruiters trawl this platform to find people that are open to opportunities to try and connect with people in their area. How should you advertise yourself while creating a portfolio? Having a high-quality portfolio is essential to being a successful freelancer. As well as showing your clients what you can do, your portfolio is a great way to add value to your business. It is the best and strongest advertisement for your services. First, what is a portfolio? In the modern age of technology, a portfolio can simply be a website that shows elements of your work. It is a freelancer's version of a resume, and it can include elements of one. It should show your skills and education, as well as your experience. You can use things that you have done in the past on here, too. Social media is very important in this day and age. You should also have a social media presence. As, obviously, almost everyone is on social media, having your own accounts and using them to interact with your industry is a good method of getting your brand out there. What is the importance of valuing your work and your time? Pricing can be something that is difficult for freelancers to determine. You will want to value your time appropriately, yet, still be affordable for your client targets. Clients often expect you to deliver the moon yet are only willing to pay for a garden rock. This is a bad analogy, but some clients will demand that you go to the moon and back for them yet will not pay you enough to fuel the rocket. The essence of the analogy is that some people will try to take advantage of you. There are a lot of freelancers out there, and clients often want to pay the least amount possible for work. Unfortunately, chances are, someone will always be willing to do something for less than you. After all that, the next adventure is scaling your business. A misconception about freelance work is the idea that it is somehow not a real business. While, to begin with, it can seem like you and your laptop against the world, your business can grow. It is important not to jump into too much too quickly. If you attempt to take on too much, you may end up failing. To begin with, focus on consistency and finding your feet. But, once you are comfortable and confident, you will be able to grow your business. It will take time to plan. Do not just jump into something. There are some things to remember. There are several important things to consider when you are starting a freelance business. Of these, creating an outstanding portfolio should be at the top of your list. Ultimately, your portfolio will be the strongest form of advertising. Effectively, to begin a successful freelance business, you first need to figure out your service and your audience. You need to make sure that your audience can find your business and that your services are relevant and attractive to them. Take on projects, even if they are not ideal, or as well paid as you would like, in order to build your skills, experience, and credibility. Do not forget to focus on the business side of your business, and make sure that you are operating as a legal machine. And, once you are ready to start working full-time, work out where the best places to find your clients are. Frequent them and advertise properly. Learn how to manage your time and maximize your productivity. You have the flexibility to work however you choose and you should take advantage of that. Once you have a strong foundation for your business, scale it up. You are the boss, and you get to decide how and when it operates. Most of all, enjoy your business. Freelance work is tough, but the benefits are truly unparalleled. There is no other kind of work where you will get to live the life that you choose. In all honesty, as long as you pay attention to your industry, keep up to date with trends and monitor your progress, your freelance business will have longevity. If you plan your freelance business and update your plan as your business evolves, then you will probably be successful in living your dream life. Freelance work is some of the most liberating and rewarding work out there, but it is not easy. Put in the effort to ensure your success. Check out the links in the description.